Hi, I'm Ross Payne and welcome to the Valley Preview. This weekend it's the 2014 Sportingbet Cox Plate Carnival with, of course, on Friday night the Manikato Stakes, Saturday the big one, the 2014 Sportingbet Cox Plate. Gates will open 5 o'clock on Friday night, then Saturday at 11 a.m. Firstly, let's head to Marty Synan with a track update. Now Marty, last time you tipped the winner, the Easter Bunny was sighted. It's Cox Plate Carnival time. Something, please step up.
This is when I come, my bets really start to stand up. I was a bit unlucky last week. We had a scratching, which you can't help. But when I did make the tip, it was running. But this week, in the Manikato, I'm going to tip buffering. I think he'll knock Lincoln Rupee and all those other horses off again. He loves the Valley and he's a great Queenslander. And then when we get on to Saturday for the Cox Plate, I'm going to tip Faulkner. I've seen him do a bit of work here over the last few weeks, and I'm pretty confident he'll win. He's for Lloyd's first Cox Plate.
Now, on the serious matters, tell us about the track. The forecast looks pretty good.
Yeah, track's in great order. We're going to have the rail and the true for Manikato on the Friday night, and then what we then plan to do is move it out 2 metres for the Saturday for the Cox Plate, and then if field size is unaffected, we see how the track pulls up, we do have that option of going out 3. So that's where we're looking at the moment. Irrigation will just depend on what the track requires. We'll monitor that, but overall I couldn't be happier leading into our feature meetings.
And now Nick Heatkett joins us for the latest news from the track. Welcome to you, Nick.
Thanks, Ross. This week we decided to go down to Werribee to have a look at Sportingbet Cox Plate Runner Adelaide. I caught up with Thomas Comerford, who was the travelling foreman for Coolmore's Aidan O'Brien.
He's settling good. He arrived on Saturday and we gave him. We just walked him out on Sunday and just a little jog around on the track. He actually travelled over quite well, seeing it was so long and that. But he's good. He's good and he's good farm. Good farm.
No worries. People talk a lot about losing weight on the flight. How much weight did he lose when he came over? He's obviously a seasoned traveller, but how did he cope with the flight across?
He actually lost about 7 kilos, maybe 8 kilos. About 7 kilos he lost. And by Sunday, Monday, when I weighed him on Monday, he was back to his normal weight again, which is quite good, They can lose a lot more weight travelling, but he drank plenty and he's not hard on himself, and he travelled over well. He drank about 10 gallons of water coming over, which is quite a lot, but he's well travelled and he knows the score, He's straightforward.
And I guess looking back through some of his form in the American run, the field was really strung out in the Secretariat Stakes, and he made a long sustained run from sort of 500 or 600 metres out. That's obviously part of the Cox Plate, a high pressure race. How do you think the pressure of a Cox Plate will suit him?
I think Ryan knows him quite well now, and when Ryan rode him last time, he probably only got a feel from him in America. The last time he ran in France probably didn't go to plan. He was very unfortunate, very unlucky. But he's actually straightforward enough. There's no really. You just ride him as you find him. There's no real tactics with him. He's very straightforward.
Obviously that you've heard about the cleaner, the local Colt Hero horse, a $10,000 buyer taking on you guys, the Bluebuds. He's obviously going to set a cracking pace, so depending on the draw, that's where you guys will figure out, or is he a front-running type or something that will come from behind, or it's a horse that needs to get into his rhythm?
I know. If there's plenty of pace in it, that'll suit us even better. That you don't really have to be focusing so much on that, and you can just ride your own race there from there. But if there's plenty of pace in it, sure, that'll suit everyone, and it'll definitely suit us.
And do you think he's at a disadvantage against the Southern Hemisphere trained 3-year-olds? He's obviously carrying 56. In Australia, the 3-year-olds will be carrying 49.5. He's not the biggest horse, but does he carry weight well?
Yeah. Weight won't bother him. He'll carry the weight. He's one of those horses. Well, he has to carry it, and that'll be it. But it won't be. The weight won't be an issue.
Now, Nick, looking forward to the 2014 Sportingbet Cox Plate. Who is the value runner?
I think Criterion is a horse that really caught my eye in the Caulfield Stakes. David Payne's done a really good job to bring this horse along. Faulkner's obviously the favourite for the race, but around the $8 or $9, Criterion looks a really good bet. He's won the Derby over 2,400 metres, and the tough test that the cleaner's going to make it is going to make him a really big chance in the race. Silent Achiever's the other one. I think she might be a runaway from her best, but the strong tempo of the Cox Plate will really suit her.
And Friday night, of course, the Sportingbet Manikato Stakes. Still looks like a very strong race, Nick. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I know Marty's tip buffering, but I'm going to go for a little bit of value. Darren Weir's trained Platelet hit the line really well first up. She's a mare taking on the other stronger horses, but I think she's got a real X factor about her, and I look for a bold second up performance. Platelet's the one that looks of value to me.
And now let's cross to Andrew Brown in the Sportingbet studios to get the latest betting information, including the Sportingbet Cox Plate and Manikato Stakes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ross, and what a terrific couple of meetings it's shaping up to be at the Valley over the weekend. To check out the latest sporting bet odds for the Sportingbet Manikato Stakes on Friday night, and after being a clear-cut $3.30 favourite following the barrier draw on Tuesday, Terra Vista has been friendless. All the early money has been with the Mick Price-trained Lankan Rupee, including a bet of $6,500. Buffering has also firmed from $6, while the biggest mover has been Angelic Light, in from $17 since the barrier draw after attracting a string of bets, including one of $2,000 at those big odds. To Saturday and the Sportingbet Cox Plate, the top three in betting have all been a little easy since Tuesday's draw. Faulkner is out from $4, Adelaide has drifted from $5.50, and Sacred Falls has eased from $6. One punter did step into the $7 about Adelaide and put $6,000 on the Irish Galloper. Royal Descent, the big mover, there's also been a bet of $6,000 for her, and she's been $14 into $11. If you like the favourite Faulkner, get a massive $7 about it at Sportingbet. For all the details on that offer and for all your markets for Moonee Valley on Friday night and Saturday night, download the Sportingbet app or head to sportingbet.com.au. Back to you, Roscoe, and see you at the track on Saturday.
Thanks, Andrew. Note our first race times. This Friday night, Manikato Stakes Night will be 6:45 p.m, and for Sportingbet Cox Plate Day, 1:15 p.m. Tickets are still available. You may head to Ticketmaster's website on your screen, and members, kindly note our dress regulations also available on our website, www.thevalley.com.au. We look forward to seeing you at the Valley this weekend.